Look, I'm a little hard of hearing. I said let's hear it. This is a Saturday night in Erie. There it is. We have an amazing show for you this evening. We have Kevin Farley here this evening. We have Erie's own Lisa Ann the Glam Ham. And you're stuck with me, Angus Thorne, for a little bit. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. But before we begin, we're going to give you a little history about Kellars. Does anybody know about Harry Kellar?
Hell yeah!
Woo! That's what I like. Just yell stuff out. All right. Harry Kellar was born right here in Erie, Pennsylvania, just a stone's throw from here, right across the street on 13th. And, normal childhood, worked at a drugstore, blew a hole in the floor of that drugstore when he was 10 years old and then left town. You know, that traditional tale of, coming of age. And that escape led him to learn so much about magic that he became the dean of American magicians, told that he was the greatest American magician by Houdini, and was the inspiration for The Wizard of Oz. It was written by L. Frank Baum. It's nice to see that the public school system works and we still read books. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. And it is a nice thing because the world is such a difficult place. But let's give it up for Bobby Borgia and his staff and this wonderful club at Kellar's for keeping the magic alive. Excellent. And thank you all for coming out. So give a hand for yourselves because a lot of people don't do that. So thank you for supporting live entertainment. A lot of people say to me, Angus, what's it like being Irish? Well, my name is Angus Thorne. I am painfully aware of that. I grew up in a traditional Irish Catholic household. I was an alcoholic before I was 10 years old. It was easier than asking a lot of questions. And people say, well, Angus, why do you always dress so Irish? Believe it or not, this is the least Irish shirt that I have, and it has nothing to do with my Irish heritage. This is my serial killer shirt. And now it throws them off, but I had to skin 12 boxes of Lucky Charms to make this, and it's 100% recyclable, so PETA can't say shit. It's nice. But speaking of being called stereotypical, I'm going to talk about some other stereotypes, some old, outdated stereotypes. Bose, Panasonic, Sony, Iowa. Nobody uses those types of stereos anymore now that we have digital music. Okay, that's a good joke, so you guys can laugh at that. Like, that's a well-written joke. You guys are something else. Like you don't think we don't try. This is a living. Speaking of that, I was performing in Ohio on Thursday, and somebody answers their phone right in the middle of my set. Right in the middle. So I just got quiet. I said, and we all listened, and it's like, thanks, Barbara, I'll call you back. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And she says, it was a very important work call. I had to take that. Lady, I am at work. Like, I don't walk to your office where you're typing and just start telling dick jokes. So strange. But I'm going to teach you guys some Irish slang. So if you want to say, how you doing, it's just, how are you? How are you? Simple, And if you want to say you're dating somebody, that's doing a line. This is real. And if you want to say, where's the fun, or where's, you're looking for a good time, you say, where's the crack, or how's the crack? Now that's spelled C-R-A-I-C, okay? But you gotta watch where you say these things, because I was in Ohio and I said, hey, I'm doing a line with this girl over here and I want to know, how's the crack? All of a sudden, I'm behind a gas station and they had their pants around their ankles. I was concerned. It was a very uncomfortable time for me. And how about CEOs, man? What's going on with that? You guys see that? Yeah, stuck right there at a Coldplay concert. Probably thought that was the last place that anybody would have looked for them, let's be fair. But, it brought a really good thought to mind. And I decided to write a song about it. Look at that cam, Look as it shines on you and everything that you do. And you are so busted. But you know, the truth, it shows how much the education system is failing us. Because this is a company CEO and the head of HR. But they get caught on camera and they both dive out of view. I want an HR head that would go, just don't move. We'll make it look like we're filming a what not to do at a company outing video. You know? And we're really getting sad as a country with the spelling. I went to go to a restaurant the other day and it said, due to unfortunate circumstances, the restaurant is closed. So I turned around, but then I was thinking, I said, something doesn't look right about that. So I looked back at the sign. It said, due to unfortunate circumcisions, the dining room is closed. Must have been due to a lack of tips. Why do people do ooh? Like, that's a funny joke too. It's ha-ha, not ooh. We'll teach you people one of these days. It's okay. And AI is really making us dumber. Is anybody else worried about that? Yeah, see, it's the truth. We put the wrong people on it. We put nerds on it when we should have put geniuses on it. Okay? Because nerds are just as smart as geniuses, but the geniuses have gotten laid. So if we would have put geniuses on it, we would have had like climate-controlled biodomes for our houses and those flying cars that we were promised instead of like the sex-crazed robots we're gonna get. It's true. 8 people died in the test run. I made that up. I made that up. I'm sorry. Sorry, it's not easy doing this, you know, you just don't want to be replaced, and it's easy for someone like me to be replaced. Watch. In 50 feet, take a right. It's already been done for years, you know. It's hard to get a job as a voice actor when computers will do it for cheap. And I used to be a lot more useful before the internet came along, because I could give actual facts because I studied, you know. But I was scrolling the other day and I saw this post that said, if you give a partner a back rub, they're going to be 10% more likely to be attracted to you. Imagine what a blowjob would do. Unbelievable. Are you guys ready to keep this show going? All right. Now remember, we also have a meet and greet with Kevin Farley after the show, so when it's done, we'll be right over here and you can get that taken care of. But right now, coming to the stage, you have seen her as a finalist on Columbus's Funniest. She has been at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club and just came off her headlining weekend here at Kellar's. Erie's own Lisa Ann the Glam Ham. Keep it going.